Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving this. This is the Honda Jazz. What exactly is a Jazz? I've actually come up with this term. A quad engine in a Jazz, and this car comes courtesy of Karan Malik to me. This car is absolutely bonkers because it has double the freaking displacement. A lot of mods. In fact, straight away we are going to be opening the engine bay, for which I have to open the clip here. Oh my god, yeah, it's open, and then pull it upwards. This is super light. I think this is made of fiber, and obviously it is open so that the engine can breathe better. I don't even know how they have shoehorned the engine here, because it seems it's gone all the way back right there, because the engine bay is really very compact, from 1.2 liter to 2.4 liter. So obviously there needs to be some space to fit that engine, but they have managed somehow. It gets a performance air intake, performance air filter as well, and if you notice, it gets gas struts too. It obviously gets a strut brace here. A lot of strut braces in this car for making it stiffer. Obviously the handling has been the focus, and straight away I'm going to shut this, which is a bit of a task because it doesn't really shut properly here. No, it will not, so we'll do that later. Obviously I like the fact that this being the first generation of the Jazz still looks super duper cool and awesome, and the lights are a little aftermarket because you get the projector setup here. However, they seem a bit too old. I don't know what this is, probably for better breathing, but it's not there on the other side. So symmetry left the chat completely, and this has been done to hold the bumper, yet the bumper is trying to fall out, but we'll push it back into place. Obviously no fog lamps, none of that shit is there here. It's plain basic go fast JDM car, and it really excels in that regard. In fact, it has been lowered. Look at it, the stance looks awesome in this car because obviously it is quite low right now, but still you can clear speed breakers without much of a fuss. It gets Lenso Venom alloy wheels, pink color, which looks cool. In fact, it gets 330mm disc at the front, which actually come from the Civic. Meanwhile, 8-pot brake calipers. The master cylinder comes from the Odyssey van. So yeah, parts have come from other Honda cars here. The tire size happens to be 235/40/17. Obviously low profile tires. I don't even know why I can't remember such things. But anyways, the mirrors are also aftermarket. They look quite cool, like sort of a sports car, obviously, which I quite like. Like I was telling you, it has been lowered, and because of which aerodynamics have improved, and they've also given it a rear spoiler for improved high-speed performance. I'm just kidding. This seems like a jugaad. Well, this seems carbon fiber, but it is definitely not. Rear seat space is acres and acres because the rear seats have been thrown out to reduce the weight of the vehicle. Nice thought, well done. And when I come to the rear, I realize that it looks like a regular Jazz only, other than that spoiler obviously, and obviously the sticker of the person who owns this car. You can obviously click the pinned comment to go to his profile and tell him to give this car to me, or maybe I'll buy it from him because I really like this car. It's super duper awesome. The lights are obviously bulb now. Come on, 2008-9 is when this car was manufactured, and the reason he has not sold it because he's emotionally attached to it. So he thought he'd put a city engine. He did that, then he decided Accord will be better, bigger engine. Obviously there is the exhaust. It is loud and how. This is for the towing hook. Let me show you the underbody. Well, not much action there. Get a rear wiper, obviously blackened out Honda logo. I don't know why. The antenna has gone for a toss, not that you care. And straight away, let's get inside. First and foremost, it gets this racing seat for the driver. The co-driver is not that fortunate. It gets racing seat belts with a 4-point harness as well. This thing is supposed to move ahead and behind, but it's not really doing that at the moment. This finish actually seems nice, but it's very dirt prone. And the Jazz was a very practical car with cup holders here, cup holders in multiple places. And when I get inside, I realize it's not the easiest to get in and out of this vehicle. You get some storage space here in the glove box. This has been painted sort of silverish. In fact, the color of the car is BMW Hockenheim silver, which is cool, but it's going to be painted right now into purple, I believe. No auto dimming, no sunroof, no bullshit. Just pure performance. Red colored Honda logo adds 2 horsepower as well. These are the buttons for audio controls. This is so dated that it's pointless. It works, but the air conditioning doesn't seem to be working at the moment. Fire extinguisher, important feature to have so much space here. Let's actually rev it. Okay, listen to it. Oh my goodness, it is loud and how, and this is the engine kill switch, so it has another way to shut the engine if you so wish. This is pink colored, so that gender equality for the win. And that's about it. Let's start driving, because I have to tell you so many things about this car, because it's all about the performance. And in terms of performance, this is not really a sleeper, but it can beat a lot of faster cars because everything has been changed, right from the suspension to the gearbox. It also has a limited slip differential, and obviously a revised final drive, a tune. And I mean, this car is like bonkers. I have to really tell you what exactly has changed, because once you know the list now, you're going to go and do it to your Alto as well. Okay, let's turn on the car. Oh my god, it rose to life. You can feel the vibration here. I mean, the sound of the engine makes this particular mirror also vibrate into first gear, handbrake down, and revving it at 1500 RPM, and off we go. Oh my my god, I don't know why it redlined so fast. Redlining at 5000 RPM, there's something wrong here. It should redline at 8000 RPM. Oh my god, the car is super stiff. So the stock Jazz came with a 1.2 litre petrol engine, which was obviously hopeless because it produced just, and I'm repeating again, just 89 horsepower and 110 Newton meters of torque. So the owner had actually swapped out the engine for a city engine earlier. Then he's like, not enough, let's get the Accord engine. So this, oh my god, 7,500. Oh, what speed, insane. Brakes are also very strong, yeah, super strong brakes. So here we are into first gear and I'm going to launch it. Hopefully it launches better this time. Revving it till 1500 RPM and off we go. Wheel spin. Absolutely mental, like really mental. So this has the K24Z from the Accord, 2008 Accord. In stock format, it makes 180 horsepower and 222 Newton meters of torque. But this guy has so many mods now that this engine is now making approximately 204, 206 horsepower and 260 Newton meters of torque. And you can feel that because the way it pulls is absolutely crazy. There's so much grunt here. So what has changed and how does it have the higher power output? Firstly, it has obviously got a remap. There's another Honda which says VTEC there, but I'm speechless because the performance is insane. So what all it has got so many things now I can't even remember. Firstly, obviously it has got a remap. Then they have given it a performance air intake, a performance air filter also. That below those dots, now that is actually the performance air intake. That's the air intake actually. So there's no symmetry needed because it's there on the left side. Then obviously it has got a performance clutch, a performance final, racing final drive. And beyond that, it has also got, oh god, I'm forgetting stuff because then I'm going through a corner. I'm just wondering, will it break something inside the car because of the stiffness? The stiffness is just unbelievably too much. So yeah, it has got a performance exhaust as well. Yeah, full system exhaust, making it really loud. I think it has a Borla Pro XS. So the sound is really very nice. It is loud. It's so loud you can't hear anything on the inside. It is that freaking loud and it is super duper stiff as well. So in terms of performance numbers, this car goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 5.9 seconds, which is brutally quick, and the top speed is 220 kilometers per hour, which honestly is very fast. It has got a limited slip differential at the front to help put all that power down, and the list of mods are just endless on this car. Obviously it has got strut braces, sway bar, and it has got a ton of things including a roll cage and all to stiffen the car to make it more dynamic to drive. And this Innova guy seems to be in no hurry today. So around the corners you can feel the stiffness. The steering has decent amount of feel and feedback, but the car is stiff, and it is stiff and how it feels super stiff, but it feels quite agile, nimble. The steering has decent feel and the ride is pathetic. You can feel every bump on the road. You can even feel the leaves flying away because the concept of insulation is completely gone from here. So I think the gearbox is also from the Accord, but I think the final drive has been changed and something of that sort has also happened here. But I'm moving around all the time. That is the kind of movement. So you can get this car for around rupees 2 lakhs in the used market right now because obviously it's very old. And besides that, this car has around rupees 14-15 lakhs worth of modifications because getting an Accord engine is not that easy. Obviously getting a city engine is relatively easy because the city is quite a common car. The Accord not so much. And the body roll is super well contained. You can't feel anything. Now the brakes are coming from the Civic 330mm front discs. In fact, it has got 8 piston calipers. Yeah, 8 freaking piston calipers. And brake master cylinder comes from the Odyssey van. So a lot of Honda parts coming from here and there to make this car absolutely crazy, dynamic, fast, fun and loud as well. I love driving it. It is point and shoot. It is so aggressive in the way it is able to go around the curves and the corners. Now it's mind-blowing. Really, this car really blows your mind. The tires have good amount of grip, even though they are MRF tires. Grip levels are good, but low profile tires not good really in terms of the suspension, which is obviously super stiffened up. So yeah, lowered, stiffened, and everything has been done just to make this car bonkers in terms of the driving appeal. And I really like it. I honestly love this car. It is just so much fun. The only thing is, it gives you a headache after a certain point of time because it's just so damn stiff. It is unnecessary stiff. Look at it go. Okay, now it's time to launch it once again. Okay, into first gear and off we go. So this guy actually got track spec suspension and you can feel than that, definitely you can feel the stiffness and the madness. The gearbox is very slick shifting. The clutch is also on the lighter side, and when you come across a corner, just downshift, don't hesitate and look at it go. Time for the brake test, and oh my god, the brakes are super sharp. Amazing brakes, yeah. Into first gear, revving the motor, and off we go. This car obviously has adjustable suspension. I think right now it is on the stiffest, and you can feel that stiffness for sure. But I love this car. It is so much fun. It is unbelievable fun. Every time I think, that probably I can live with this car, I realize I definitely cannot. It's just too stiff for my liking. And even the smallest of bumps here, you have to take it easy over there. Yeah, like that. Now it has got no traction control, and that's the reason it will absolutely crazy wheel spin when you launch it heavily or aggressively. But right now, because it has got new LSDs, I'm told not to launch it aggressively, so I can't really rev it and dump the clutch. I have to take it slow and easy. And this is actually for the Bluetooth system. Who can talk while driving this car? You can't hear a thing. That is how freaking loud it is. It's unbelievably loud, unbelievably stiff, and unbelievably fast as well. This is a Jazz whose practicality has been taken and thrown out of the window, because this car is everything but practical. It is no longer practical, but it is super fast. You would not want to take your family members in this car, because they will tell you to stop the car, slap you twice, and tell you, aren't your ears working properly that you are able to tolerate such kind of sounds? The sound is amazingly loud. It is insanely loud, and these mirrors also give you a decent view of what's behind. So yeah, I kind of appreciate that as well. I'm surprised by the braking performance. I thought the brakes would lock. They don't lock at all. And then when turning now, oh my goodness, you see the sound is coming from there. Oh my god, the steering pulls so hard and fast. What an unbelievable machine, and what a beautiful sunset right ahead of me right now. Now I noticed one thing. I'm going to put it in first. If I try to turn, listen to the sound. Yeah, the sound is coming from the differential. So we are supposed to drive straight right now and launch it thoda meek, aram se. Okay, here we go. And off we go. It has got braided brake lines. It has got shorter gearing. I can't understand where's the shorter gearing, because it still feels very tall geared, and it has got a 40-liter fuel tank, which is not adequate because the fuel efficiency is like 4 to 5 kilometers per liter. If you drive like this, this car makes me want to buy some old Honda and plonk in a massive engine in it, like an Accord engine. It doesn't feel front heavy. That's kind of surprising. Even the cow is running away listening to the sound. Even the cow can't tolerate the sound of this machine. It is just so freaking loud. But a moment of silence for those people who sit in this car, because the stiffness will actually crack open your balls. That's how stiff it is. Oh my god, I have to go through this aram se, because I can feel that. You can feel that. All of us could feel that as well. So guys, this is my video of the Honda Jazz, and it is absolutely mind-blowing. I know an Accord engine in a Jazz is definitely an overkill, and I didn't expect Honda to plonk in this engine, but they could have at least put the city engine in the Jazz. The Jazz deserved at least that much, but unfortunately the Jazz is gone, and the 1.2 liter engine continues to live on as it is, which makes me want to launch it one final time, one last hurrah. For that, listen to the horn. Horn is meek, wipers work really well, and off we go. If you launch it aggressively now, because of wheel spins, the tires might fall off, because that's the kind of power and torque going through the front wheel. Absolutely crazy. If you like this vlog, make sure to give the thumbs up. That's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Okay, now listen to this. Sounds of small stones flying here and there. Bye.